It's my pleasure to welcome you today to the final milestone of this construction competition. My name is Gonzalo Galindo from Cemex Ventures, and here today with Chris, we will show you the 8 finalists and the 8 winners of this year's construction competition. This competition is a long process in the making. It was in 2017 when we launched the first edition of this challenge, trying to create a vehicle for corporates like us to find what entrepreneurs were thinking about on how to solve the challenges of this industry. After 7 years, thousands and thousands of applications, we managed to have a very inside look of those solutions that were proposed and how they were treating the different pain points that this industry is facing. Collaboration is really crucial in this world, and especially in the construction industry. Collaborating is something that we need to do more and more often. And collaboration is what we promoted in trying to bring partners to this endeavor. And today, we are very happy to include Trimble in this family of partners, launching every year this construction competition, and also thanking our partners in crime for the last couple of years, like Black & Veatch, Dysruptek by Haskell, Ferrovial, Hilti, Leonard by VINCI, Nova by Saint-Gobain, and Zacua Ventures. Certainly, 2023 has not been necessarily the greatest year for investing in startups in the construction world, and any other vertical for that matter. But the amount of entries that we got this year is certainly a good sign that we still have a plenty amount of entrepreneurs willing to help us solve the problems that we face day to day in trying to put together different projects in which we are involved. Let's see a little bit of the details of this roster of competitors this year. Something which came up very clearly is that for the first time in 7 years, sustainability-based solution grew beyond nobody else. And this is a clear sign that sustainability is here to stay in many of the projects that we will be involved. The applicants that came to this competition this year represent 59 countries. Although North America and Europe were close to 70% of the entries, what we saw this year, which also is very pleasing, is that participants from Africa, from the Middle East, and from the Asia-Pacific region grew more than usual. And that's really a clear message that technology, digitalization, and solutions for the construction world are needed everywhere, not only in Europe and the US. All the applications were driven in 4 main categories: enhanced productivity, green construction, the future of construction, and construction supply chain. Certainly, enhanced productivity was the most favored one with 35%, followed by green construction, which for the first time, actually usually green construction was the 4th category, this time was the 2nd. But why enhanced productivity? Is because certainly the digital transformation of the construction industry is well underway. And this is why solutions looking into improved productivity and digitalizing many of our processes are once again, leading the pack. Looking more into the details of these solutions, a fair amount of those solutions were focused in the construction phase of the supply chain. And within those, vast majority of them were focused on commercial projects having general contractors as its main customer. This year, we have a fair amount of startups that are very, very new. 59% of the startups are 3 or less years old, but most of them, 70% of those, are already commercializing their products, and the vast majority of them have gone through any sort of funding round, either family and friends, but some of them are already raising Series A's and even Series B's. So it was a very diverse group of startups that we have this year, and one which we are very proud of because it started to show the diversity of how the different problems in the industry can be solved. So before we give the stage to the winners, I want to give a big thank to all the participants. Unfortunately, we can only choose 8 winners, but all the others are in our radar already, and certainly with the help of our partners, we will ensure that we will have meaningful conversation trying to figure out ways of synergize with them and figuring out ways of coordinating and cooperating with them in solving many problems in the construction world. Now, let me go and introduce you the judges of the pitch event. Let's start with Adam Jacobi, Technology Manager at Black & Veatch. Kotler Knopp, Managing Director of Dysruptek by Haskell. Luisa Morim, Global Head of Open Innovation at Ferrovial. Antonia Soler, Director of Tech Office at Hilti Venture. Luis Cotain, Catalyst Program Manager at VINCI Group Leonard. Adarsh Soukar, Ventures Manager at Nova by Saint-Gobain. Peter Large, Senior Vice President of Strategy and Corporate Development at Trimble. Mauricio Weiss, Founding Partner at Zacua Ventures. And Mateo Zimmermer, Investment Manager at Cemex Ventures. Please help me in giving them a big round of applause, please. Okay. With no further ado, let's go pitching. Couple of instructions first. Each group will have 4 minutes to pitch, 4 minutes question. Judges will deliberate throughout the pitches, and at the end they will disappear for a few minutes to try to come up with a meaningful solution on how to name the gold, the silver, and the bronze medalist. You, at the end of the process, you will have also the opportunity to influence that result with a QR code that we will put later on somewhere. I assume in the screens, which is obvious. And that's all for it. So let's move on and have the first participant. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Selecting materials and products is a total nightmare for architects, contractors, and facilities managers today. That's because they have to specify more than 3 billion tons of materials and products every year. Just look around. Today, they're expected to go beyond performance and aesthetics to choose materials that meet ESG, carbon, LEED, BREEAM, WELL targets, often during a single project. And good or bad material choices also depend on location, type and size of building, area of application, and end-user goals. This requires synthesizing huge amounts of technical data and information on every single product. Everyone has very tight deadlines, and it's no surprise that specifiers are increasingly afraid of making a mistake. How do I know this? It's because I spent 20 years working as an architect, sustainability leader, and project manager. And recognizing how widespread this problem was, I put a team together, and we built First Planet's digital ecosystem. First Planet solves decision-making problems at the level of a product, a project, and across a whole portfolio of projects. At its simplest level, First Planet captures, standardizes, and models environmental, social, health, and monetary impacts of products, a bit like a food nutrition label that displays a product's properties graphically and numerically. But it does a lot more. Its really easy-to-use interface helps non-technical users quickly find, compare materials. And contextualized intelligence tells you if your product suits your site, building, or impact target. And a multiplayer environment makes planning really easy and approvals very quick. And it's a breeze to report on carbon, cost, waste, health, social impact, circularity, green building accreditations in a single workflow. So what's unique about us? Existing tools are like libraries or are limited to carbon accounting. Others list information qualitatively. First Planet delivers quantitative outputs because its algorithms interrogate more than 250 data points of every decision. With multiple competitive advantages, First Planet is also a lucrative business, tapping into a 760 million obtainable market that is rapidly growing and greening. We have several revenue opportunities. Specifiers pay per project or subscription for detailed impact reports. Manufacturers pay yearly for customer streams and data benchmarks, and this adds up to 52 million in 5 years, but with other streams, that doubles in 7. Alongside, our own impacts are impeccably measurable across multiple scales. Version 1 of First Planet is out, and we already have 200 globally influential businesses interested in what we're doing. We've started generating early revenue and have won 5 industry awards this year. Our customers report 80% of time saving on their projects. No wonder they love what we're doing. So we're opening a 3 million seed round for an 18-month runway, and our milestone is 100 paying businesses and breaking even within this time frame. The truth is, there is no perfect product or material, but First Planet is helping people make the best decisions possible by simplifying complexity, by bringing manufacturers, specifiers, and property owners closer together with decreasing chaos and removing fear from the specification process. And in doing so, we are rapidly accelerating health, well-being, and sustainability in the building sector. So join us in decarbonizing this sector and future-proofing it. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Thomas, co-CEO of VisCab. VisCab stands for Visualizing Carbon in Buildings. So we develop a platform to decarbonize the construction value chain, powered by an AI-driven LCSS technology. So the reason I'm here today is because the value chain is responsible of 37% of climate change. We all know this. If I try with other words, it means that building activities are responsible of 2 million deaths per year because of climate change and building. 2 million deaths per year. We all want to stop this. And this is why we have to halve the carbon emissions within the next 10 years. So how do we do this? If we have a look to all the square meters we're going to build and refurbish over the next 3 decades, 90% of these carbon emissions will lie into what we call the embedded carbon of building materials. It's all the emissions that will happen for the manufacturing of products till the end of life of these products, far beyond the 10% of the operational energy emissions of these new energy-efficient buildings. So at VisCab, we have a clear vision. We will succeed in the decarbonization of the construction industry only if we onboard the whole value chain on a single end-to-end platform by using also the best of data science. Because frankly, carbon accounting, it's complex, it's boring, it's time-consuming. So we really need to automate this and to make accurate calculations. And we also need to calculate the construction cost metrics, because we all want to improve the construction industry, but we want to choose the best construction and carbon to cost ratio. So this is the 3 main segments we are addressing with the platform. It's what we call the golden triangle. We are creating a domino effect. We start first with real estate developers. Developers are willing to use the platform because they want to understand how a carbon budget is affecting their business. So they use decision-making tool to better understand this, and they promote the solution to architects, engineers that are using accredited and certified calculation engine to calculate the carbon footprint of their building projects, and they are pushing back the data to real estate developers that can envision the whole carbon emission of all their portfolio. And last but not least, we have material manufacturing companies that are willing to onboard on the platform because they want to promote their products and they want to get new customers. And we want to leverage on the new green building market of new products and materials that will raise to $300 billion as of 2027. So we already reached to have 2,000 users on the platform. We target a 20 billion euro addressable market. We already have the chance to have 11 million square meters of buildings that have been fully described on the platform. It means that we know all the bill of quantity of material, their environmental impact, and this is why we can train machine learning algorithms to fasten the process and to predict at early design what's the environmental impact of new buildings, and we succeed to switch from 0 to 1 million euro during the past 18 months. We have an amazing team committed to fight climate change, a strong executive committee, and we have been backed for the seed round by Robotics and Caisse des Dépôts, and we just had the chance to close the Series A round to make VisCab a global champion in building decarbonization. Thanks to our strong technology, I had the chance to develop during my PhD studies at the Polytechnical School of Leuven. Thanks a lot for your attention, and happy to answer a couple of questions.
Hello everyone, hola. I'm Andrea, the product manager at Frontline. We are a Singapore-based startup with teams in Southeast Asia and in Spain, where I am from. We are super excited of being here today and share with you our vision. We are building the next generation of construction planning software. We believe project plans should be the backbone of every project, the recipe of how stuff is built. But planning is an extremely complex activity. Any project has thousands of activities and resources, creating millions of combinations. And planning is done manually, which is extremely time-consuming. It takes weeks to develop a single project plan and study alternatives. Poor planning is direct contributor of project delays, but we are convinced this can be changed. How? With an easy-to-use web-based software. In 3 simple steps, project teams can simulate and optimize their project. First, they upload the project plan. Then, they set the parameters, and lastly, they select the best options and download them. Let us give you a tangible example from one of our clients, Masa. In 10 to 15 seconds, Frontline generated results like the ones you see on the image. Each dot on this graph represents an alternative plan, and the team could find an option that not only reduced the overall project duration, but also complied with project constraints. At Frontline, we like to go very granular. This team had challenges finding qualified mechanical fitters and welders. So Frontline helped them find a project that not only reduced the project duration in 3 days, but also reduced the manpower required to do the work. We are very fortunate and proud to say that we are working with construction contractors in all continents. The reason for this is that the problem we solve is shared by contractors from Southeast Asia to Japan to Spain, to Europe. From residential constructions to civil infrastructure to projects, to industrial projects. We are on the first step of our journey to build the autopilot that autonomously runs projects. We are selling licenses of our software following a SaaS business model, and we are constantly adding features. In the coming months, we will be adding multi-project optimization, productivity performance analysis, and CO2 emissions tracker. These features will be the foundation to add enhanced planning capabilities, making Frontline the autopilot driving 24/7, 365, the success of the project. All of this thanks to a great team. Frontline founders, Luis and Ricky, that combine industry experience and state-of-the-art knowledge in optimization algorithms. A world-class tech team in optimization mathematics, and a product and commercial team focused on simplifying life to our end users. All of this supported by top seed-stage investors. We are not only technology providers selling software licenses. Our passion lies in helping our customers to solve their most pressing challenges. If you remember the map I showed you, we don't have any customers in the US yet, and we would like to change that. So if you are interested in our tech, please come talk to us at our booth. Thank you very much.
Andrea. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Shelley Copsey, CEO and co-founder of Field, where we make construction workers super productive, addressing a problem that plagues this industry. We all know that over the past decade or more, at best, productivity in the workforce has plateaued. At worst, it's declined sharply. So how are we fixing this problem? How is Field making construction workers super productive? It's simple, really. We get them to pull out of their back pocket that thing that we have with us at all times, our mobile phone. We get them onto the Field application, and we get people taking pictures, we get them taking videos, and we get them sending WhatsApp-style messages, all on the Field platform. We analyse that information in real time, and we provide recommendations to remote managers about where they should focus their attention next to safely deliver the day's operations. It feels quite different today, doesn't it? A remote manager enabled with data, understanding where they should focus their attention. We're changing the game for the industry. Over the past 24 months, we've acquired more than 13,000 users onto the Field platform. There's more than 100 organisations that are running operations on top of Field. Companies such as Ferrovial, such as Granite Construction. UK energy regulator Ofgem has awarded us $1.9 million in funding to advance our predictive analytics framework. They're seeing the impact that we can have on frontline productivity, and our customers love it. We're creating a new category of product for the construction industry, a product that enables the highly efficient execution of fieldwork activities. But to be honest, I find it staggering that in late 2023, there's any other way that construction sites have been run by remote managers, that we expect them to drive site to site to site, sampling, hoping that they land in the place where their attention can change the day's outcomes. With Field, we enable them with data to do just that. We take in a whole stack of data and we analyse it in real time. Our customers tell us that when they turn on Field, it's like turning on the lights. They can see what's happening in real time and they love this. But what we love more is the power of that data that we're collecting and how we can harness it to predict how a day's operations will unfold, to drive proactive interventions and to let construction workers become super productive. The unharnessed power of work execution data to drive productivity in the construction industry is huge. With Field, operational blind spots become visible, they become predictable, and they become preventable. We're very simply enabling our customers to digitise and to digitise effortlessly. The time to value with a Field deployment is a very short 6 weeks, and the outcomes are material for our customers. We see outcomes such as a 20% reduction in incidents and injuries, those of the life-changing kind. We see a 30% uplift in proactive job interventions, 8% plus improvements in field workforce productivity, all with a 90% compliance rate with risk assessments in the field. So for Field, our market's growing at a 22% CAGR at the moment, and we intend to capture more of that market by continuing our core ethos of being by the field worker, for the field worker. At Field, we're empowering industrial organisations worldwide to harness the untapped potential of AI and work execution data to solve the challenges of today and tomorrow. But don't just believe me, believe the customers we are working with, the types of customers a young company like Field could normally only dream of. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to partnering with you to drive productivity in the construction industry.
Hello, everybody. My name is Moshe Dalman. I'm the CEO and co-founder of RoadRadar. We're very, very happy to participate in this event. Unfortunately, I'm unable to participate in person due to certain circumstances in Israel, but I'm sure that we will meet in many, many dimensions in the future. And the reason for that is very, very simple. RoadRadar is disrupting the way the world is excavating. We're going to provide the whole ecosystem a mean to dig and excavate around utilities in a much safer and much more efficient way. The problem that we're tackling is a problem that everybody knows and understands. You treat it as a force majeure in the industry, and a lot of efforts are being done in order to prevent it. But we are unique in our approach. We are focusing on the operator in the cabin. And by what I mean is that in this slide, you have lots of technology. And allow me to present Live Dig Radar, the first ever ground penetration radar integrated into a digging bucket. As I said, there's lots of technology here, but the most important thing is that we provide the operator, just as you can see on the screen, information that is meaningful and applicable in real time in the cabin. This way, they can see into the ground while digging. Another thing that is important to say about the technology is that we, by focusing on the first meter under the bucket, because we're getting closer as we dig, we are able to overcome many of the limitations of ground penetration radar, and we are able to detect any utility in any soil type. The value proposition is very, very simple and straightforward. Automatic and real-time alerts in the cabin. We detect all kinds of utilities. Very easy installation on old and new machines. Simple to use. And at the end of the day, we are and are going to be the last line of defense. Looking into the future, and I'm very excited when I present this slide, sensing is only the beginning. LDR will serve as a major enabler for excavation automation and mapping of the underground, which are the two main streams of innovation that the industry is focusing on. Our investors represent some of the heavy hitters of the industry. We have a very strong IP portfolio, and we've started opening ourselves to sales in the alpha stage this year. The reaction is overwhelming, and we were able to sell over $3.5 million that we are delivering, and hopefully will deliver by the end of the year. We've partnered with many companies around the industry, customers, end user, integration partners, utilities, because we understand that we need to understand the needs of the whole ecosystem that is suffering from utility strikes. In this slide, we see two things. First of all, we see the system installed on 3 types of machines, and we see 3 types of customers. We see a utility contractor, a general contractor, and a utility company. All these customers have different needs, but they all need the capability to see into the ground while excavating. In the future, just like in Aspen that already demands a on-machine utility sensing system, we believe that Road Radar is going to be part of the bids and even become mandatory for digging around utilities. This is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much. We are looking for new partners, for new investors, for new customers, and feel free to reach out. And thank you again.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Roberto Arroyo. I am the CEO and founder of ConrX, a B2B SaaS-enabled construction marketplace for Latin America. I grew up in a construction family business, so I have been working in construction since I was 16 years old. There are 2 critical issues in the construction industry in Latin America. The first one is finding reliable suppliers, and the second one is finding the best quality-price relationship for products and services. And it's really important to note that 95% of construction suppliers in Latin America are SMBs. So this is how a $520 billion market looks like in Latin America. It is offline, rudimentary, and ruled by legacy commerce, even though construction represents up to 12% of the GDP in the region. 96% of construction suppliers have not deployed any digital channel. So we're facing 2 big problems. The first one is that you have a lot of real estate developers that cannot find products, and then you have suppliers that are not digital natives and have a really big mismatch with existing tools. So we built ConrX as a solution. ConrX is a SaaS-enabled construction marketplace, and we don't have competitors. We're different because we're serving suppliers. So we find suppliers, we digitize them, we give them online presence, we help them to find and manage clients, and we help them to grow their business with data. Basically, we're bringing construction suppliers into the 21st century. So with some SaaS solutions, we are enabling suppliers to be part of the marketplace. We offer them a self-manageable website profile. We offer them a CRM, a lead generator, and showrooms in virtual reality. And for real estate developers, we are the biggest and with the most traction marketplace in the region, and we are helping them to save a lot of time and money. It's a huge market. It's a $520 billion market, and our sum are $10 billion. And we're focused on serving 4 million SMBs as potential customers of ConrX. We have two revenue streams. The first one is ConrX subscriptions, where we get paid from suppliers for the SaaS model. And then we have ConrX the store, where we have a take rate for the transactions in the marketplace. And in the current year, we are having a take rate of 21%. So basically, we are scaling massively across the region because we have a really frictionless business model. We are not in charge of logistics and fulfillment, and we're building a really powerful digital geographic footprint. So we have a huge traction since 2022. We have received almost 400,000 orders, and we have facilitated a GMV of almost $1 billion. Our network effect is wonderful. We're bringing thousands of suppliers. They are bringing a lot of products, and that's bringing a lot of new searches and new suppliers. Right now, we have 80,000 suppliers onboarded in the freemium plan across LATAM, and 40,000 of them are in Mexico, the biggest Spanish-speaking market. We will be closing this year with more than $1 million in revenue, and this is my team. We have a really deep expertise in construction, and our CTO, he used to be the VP of engineering of a Silicon Valley-based $5 billion company, and he moved to ConrX. We have great partners. We have Zacua Ventures, Fivol, two Brazilian funds, Terracotta and Upseed. And ConrX is going to evolve as Mercado Libre did. We have already monetized really well the construction, the SaaS model. We have also monetized really well the marketplace, and there's a huge opportunity in fintech solution and lending. We have a lot of data. I can tell you all the projects being built from Mexico to Chile. Thank you.
All right. Good afternoon, Trimble Dimensions. My name is Tommy Scher, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Robotics. I'm super excited to share with you how we are helping our customers building the future one corner at a time. My co-founder and I are both civil engineers who worked in construction management before starting this company and saw how chaotic it is in the field. We have a great team of robotics and automation engineers and a solid advisory board, industry experts to support us through this journey. We're trying to solve the biggest problem in the field, which is the number one cause for project delays. We don't have enough people to get the job done. And this is far worse when it comes to skilled labor, such as surveyors. Over 650,000 unfilled positions in the US alone. And this is a global problem that we're solving. Far worse when it comes to remote job sites, such as solar farms, where we are having a lot of interest and a lot of customers today. So we've developed an autonomous layout machine, operating off-roading, showing the blueprints in real scale in the field. Our CivDot Plus model can mark up to 1,200 coordinates a day with 8mm accuracy by projecting with a laser pointer on the ground using robotics where to install the marker, in this case, a blue nail whisker. And the operator knows what to do because the machine literally shouts out when and what to mark, in this case, a yellow nail whisker again. And we have a CivDot model, more than twice the output, but only 3cm accuracy, the right tool for the right job. In this case, spraying points and dashes with spray paint. We keep it very simple and efficient, so anyone can use this machine. Only one operator is required. Other companies are solving similar problems indoors, while we differentiate ourselves in off-road environment, harsh conditions, mud, sand, and whatnot. Manual surveying equipment has come a long way, but still require skilled labor to operate them, while we focus on making it super simple for anyone. And so is our business model. You may want to rent it or buy it. We don't care. And customers love us. They deploy us in multiple job sites after trying us with one machine. And one of our customers actually has already 8 machines deployed on their own on their job sites, moving it from job to job. And like I said earlier, most customers start with 1 and grow. And as you can see, the majority of our customers have 3 units or more. And so is our revenues growing as well. Last year alone, we made over $1 million in revenues. Half of that is recurring. And this year, we're on track to get to 2.5 million, and hopefully in 2 years to 12 million. And we built this with great foundations of technology on the Civ Dots. And I'm super thrilled to announce that today we actually launched Civ Dash, targeting road markings, striping parking lots, data centers, and many more in the near future as we integrate more Trimble technology on our machine. So stay tuned, because there's going to be more releases of features on this product. That's not it. We have more coming up with new products because our customers value us. And we're backed by great investors, strategic and venture capital, who understand what it takes to build a robotics startup in this field. Thank you so much for your time, and if you haven't stopped by our booth, check us out, 615.
Hi everyone, I'm Max, co-founder and CEO of Sensemore, and we are super excited to be here today. Thank you again, Cemex Ventures and Partners, for having Sensemore. Sensemore brings radar-driven automation to heavy machinery. We are leveraging novel radar technology and the power of AI to automate heavy machines in even the most severe conditions, where optical sensing systems fail. And some of you know or might have worked with radar technology in the past. So you might be familiar with the fact that with a normal radar, you can detect 15 to 40 reflection points per frame. So you have the ability to detect an object, but you don't really have an higher understanding of the scene nor of the environment, which is quite a requirement for full automation. So there's now exciting news. We are in the mid of the transition from basic 2D radar technology to novel 3D imaging radar technology. And as you can see here in the graph, we are suddenly able to detect up to 1,000 reflection points per frame, and we are also able to capture spatial information about the environment, including the height. So, Sensemore asks itself the question now, the $1 billion question: can this disrupt automation for heavy machinery? Yes, it can. And yes, it can because of our radar-driven AI. And if there's one thing I would like you to remember today about Sensemore, it's our radar-driven AI. Because with our radar-driven AI, we can create an unprecedented scene understanding of the environment to develop the next generation of automation software. And as you can see here in the graph, we are already today able to distinguish between drivable and non-drivable ground. We are able to distinguish between vegetation and metal objects, and there are more and more segmentations and classification that we can solve and identify with our radar-driven AI in the future. And the best part is, we are not doing it alone. Together with Cemex Germany, we're running a paid pilot, active right now. We equipped 2 Komatsu 785 haul trucks with our sensors, compute, and software. And super grateful for Thomas Weber's support and trust in us. And today, I'm going to present you the first sneak peek of our development with Cemex Germany. Okay, there was supposed to be sound, but it's fine. This is the radar kit. And here you can see how we can enrich the data and segment it. We can even create maps with only radar data. Live mapping will be possible in the future. And we gather all the data and information in an openly accessible dashboard. And as you can see here, this is the reason why we're doing it. optical sensing systems fail in these harsh conditions. Sensemore also pursues a phased implementation. So our goal is not an end-to-end automation right away. Rather, we go with assisted features and work our way step by step towards full automation. So right now we're working on this next generation cast and observability platform, but the next step will be a 3D live mapping, and then we continue with 3D radar-driven localization and an end-to-end automation stack. And so what you can do now is get your smartphones out, scan the QR code, get in touch, and shape the new age of automation with us. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Maximilian. Great presentation. Thanks for being patient and contributing your votes. We're now going to announce the winners of the 2023 Pitch Day Finals of the Construction Startup Competition. I'll hand it to Gonzalo to...
Well, I was told by the judges that the votes were very, very close, and they really had some sort of hard time to figure out who will be third, second, and first place. So the bronze medalist is VisCab. Tomás. And this is your check. Don't go to the bank with this one because they won't accept it.
Congratulations. Congratulations, Thomas.
Well done.
That's a big check to take home. Big check.
Don't play everything in the slot, eh?
Yeah.
At least a beer for me.
Wait for, yeah, you can go down and then wait until the end.
Okay.
Thank you.
Silver medalist is Sensemore.
Congratulations. Very nice.
No problem.
All right.
Congratulations.
Can you just wait until we're done?
And finally, the gold medalist for this year's startup competition is ConrX.
Congratulations.